All right, so the government says that lies are being spread. The Aravalli range is protected, but by the very nature of the new definition by the top court of the Aravalli, it changes everything. What really changes? Let's cut across to our panelists this evening. Joining me, Ms. Jyoti Raghavan, core team member, Aravalli Bachao Citizens Movement. We also have Anuradha P. Dhawan. She's a sustainability innovator as well as founder member, Aravalli Bachao Citizens Movement. To begin with you, Ms. Raghavan, today you finally have the Environment Minister who came out in an interview and said that lies are being spread. There is no incessant mining. There are proper laws in place, and one needs to factor all of that before we get into any sort of hyperbole.
Oh my God, did he actually say that there is no mining that is happening? Because we have on record, we have on our
No, he said
videos,
there's no illegal mining.
Oh my God, that's what I'm saying. We have on record, we have.
Go ahead, ma'am.
You know, we have videos. I have personally gone into these mining dens in Nu and Manesar and Alwar and shot videos. You know, we have shot covert videos of you know, illegal mining happening on a very big scale. This was, you know, I last went there, you know, a couple of years ago only, and we were fighting a case in the NGT against illegal mining, and we had gone to gather evidence, and we collected enough evidence that there is mining, you know, that is happening in these regions, you know, especially around Rajasthan. And how could the minister blatantly deny that you know, no such thing is happening, even in very many pockets.
You know, what he says is, and let me paraphrase on what the Environment Minister has said, ma'am. So he's practically said that Aravalli is secure, mining only in 0.19% of the area, no mining allowed in Delhi NCR, mining leases only for critical needs, 90% of the Aravalli is still protected, lies are being spread on the Aravalli issue.
Oh, I can only suggest the minister goes and takes a walk inside the Aravallis around Gurgaon and, you know, Manesar and all across, in fact. Even the forest, you know, simple, normal, not even the activists, but the regular forest walkers will tell you that there is, you know, if not on a big scale, then there is mining still happening on smaller scales. I have, you know, Anu, हम लोग कहाँ गए थे जहाँ पर हम लोगों ने It was somewhere in Gurgaon only. We had short videos of mining happening, and small scale पे तो मोहताबाद में हो रही है. There was, I'm forgetting the names of so many spots now, but there is a lot of mining still going on.
Okay.
Not on a not on a, you know, as big a scale as it is happening in Rajasthan, but there is certainly illegal mining happening even by, you know, local villagers who are trying to construct their homes. They are, you know, coming in, taking away rocks and stones from the Aravallis. What is he even talking about?
I want to cut across to Ms. Dhawan right now. Ms. Dhawan, you know, other than the sheer fact with what the Environment Minister has said, he's also said that the court has constituted a technical committee for only the restricted purpose of mining. The 100-meter issue is from top to bottom. Now, this is what the Environment Minister has said. But having said that, do you think you know, one thing is clear. The redefinition of the Aravallis clearly puts the range at high risk, which is already being plundered where mining and other sources of exploitation are concerned.
Yes, so this 100-meter minimum height from the adjacent plains will exclude over 90% of the Aravalli hills of Gurgaon, Faridabad and the Delhi NCR, as well as Rajasthan. And this whole 100-meter height, you know, the definition to do with this whole issue has been all over the news channels, all over social media, and in so many discussions in newsrooms. To me, however, it seems a bit more like, you know, defining away our Aravallis. So it is not just this 100-meter height definition issue. Just before that, Haryana also proposed a forest definition of minimum 40% forest canopy cover for a forested area to qualify as a legal forest by dictionary meaning. Now, for a lay person, anybody, even a person who's not interested in environment matters, it is so easy to understand how ridiculous this is, that a 40% forest canopy cover for hills like the Aravallis, which are scrubby, which don't have trees like deciduous trees. They just have thorny, bushy, it's a very arid kind of a terrain. So this 100-meter definition comes at the heels of this 40% forest canopy cover kind of a definition for the Aravalli forest. And for sure, I mean, if the union minister was, giving a whole explainer, which we all saw, saw on TV, he really has to not get into any kind of discussions on this. We really don't want to talk about it, because personally for me, there's nothing substantive in his statement, in the honorable union minister's statement. He just needs to allow the FSI to release the data on how much area is actually going to come under this 100-meter definition, how much area of Aravallis, because there is already under the 3% slope criteria of 2011 by the FSI, there is 4 million hectares in Rajasthan which is showing Aravallis cover. So there's been not much difference.
Okay.
Then it's all sorted. Then nobody needs to worry. However, for all of us, the Aravalli Bachao Citizens Movement, of which I'm a founder member, we have been at it for the last 7 years. This is the first time a group of concerned citizens, and not just a group, but then hundreds and thousands over the last 7 years have joined in. Like Jyoti mentioned, that we have done covert operations going into where all sorts of illegal mining, illegal encroachment activities were going on. As you may recall, a couple of years ago, a DSP level police officer was run over by a JCB by the illegal mining mafia. So, there are enough people out there who are putting energy and, all of that, their sweat and blood into raising awareness on Aravalli issues, on talking about how the protection can be given to our very, very dear, precious ranges. These are not just 700-kilometer long Aravalli ranges. They are 76,000 square kilometers.
You've been, the lot of you, right. The lot of you have been fighting for the Aravallis for years on, and that is admirable and appreciated. Hopefully, because of this particular judgment, it's finally the cause of the Aravallis has found itself in the spotlight, and let's hope justice be done. I want to bring in, for final comments, Jyoti Raghavan. PILs have already been filed at the back of the new definition of the Aravalli of 100 meters and below is not Aravalli, but what makes you think that made the top court of the country, there were two reports in front of the country, consider one and not the other?
I think there is a bigger agenda at play, Preeti, because in the first place, I do not understand the need to define to actually define the Aravallis. Just let Aravallis be. Why the need to define what makes up Aravallis and what doesn't? 100 meters, mountain or hill makes up Aravalli, and 99 meters doesn't. Who are we to decide that? The earth has already decided billions of years ago that this is what Aravallis are. The need to define, I think I smell a rat here, because the agenda or the idea is to open it up to mining and construction. And you mentioned earlier that this puts at risk 90% of the Aravallis, but let me tell you, in Rajasthan it puts at risk 99% of the Aravallis, because out of the 118,000 Aravallis in Rajasthan, only 1,048 hills qualify as Aravallis by the new definition. And what worries me more is that they took note of a committee report over the report of the FSI, and this committee, nobody even knows who are the members, what qualified, how many experts were there in the committee, where is the definition that they on what criteria did they come up with this definition. And the minister talked about this 90% protection to the Aravali's. What kind of protection is he talking about? Why the secrecy around this committee report? And when we, one of our trustees, he clicked on the link to that report, it led him nowhere. So what is going on? I'm just very concerned about the secrecy.
You're saying that report on which the top court of the country relied on is not even in public domain. Is that what you're saying?
It is nowhere in the public domain, and we don't know who were the people in this committee. How many experts were there? What what qualified them to come up with this? Yeah,
that is concerning.
And I have a feeling that we all
that is deeply concerning. I want to bring it right.
Yeah, so we all have a feeling that the court was misled. Yeah, either it was misled or it ignored one report over the other. The factual report of FSI over this, concocted report of the committee, it purposely picked up that report and gave this ruling. I mean, there is something at play here.
Okay. Ms. Dhawan, what's your view on it? But, also what has happened at the back of it, and maybe the media picked up the cause too late, but the fact is the likes of you who've been fighting for years now, there seems to be a people movement to it. Citizens across Rajasthan are joining in. There seems to be now a common rallying cause where the Aravalis are concerned. Do you think, something will come out of it? There will be enough pressure to take back an absurd order like this?
For sure. For sure, Preeti, because things have really got shaken up. It's been 7 long years, like I said earlier. And during those times, we have faced many challenges to the Aravalis, a lot of issues of dilution of forest laws. And, you in the media are fairly conversant with whatever has been happening in the background. But I want to point out one thing over here. On November 19th, 2 out of 3 judges in the Supreme Court recalled the order that halted retrospective green permits. Now, why did that happen? There is no need for that. Then this whole definitions issue, one after another, different definitions are coming into the picture. There are scores of such incidents that are, lining up. I mean, we have been fighting for the Aravalis right from the time in February 2019, when the first threat in the form of an amendment to PLPA, which is the Punjab Land Preservation Act, a 100-year-old act, that came up. And that would have actually, again, put out something like 68,000 acres would have been opened up of the Aravalis in Haryana if had that gone through. So, it's a different thing that the Supreme Court, the Honorable Supreme Court, put a stay on it. So, since then, whether it was the NCR Draft Plan 2041, whether it was the Forest Conservation Act, the amendment to that, we've been just at it. And it's not just 4 or 5 of us. It's many people over the years, hundreds and thousands, students, teachers, professionals, And this time, we are really hoping that this time it's going to be different. The government will have to take cognizance of what the citizens want. The citizens are no longer deaf, dumb, blind. They are not there to just sit there.
Let's hope that happens. And let's endeavor, fair point. Now, I'm running out of time, ma'am, but ladies, thank you for taking the time out and joining us this evening and putting out, what you've said. Raised very, very pertinent, important questions, some of them deeply disconcerting in terms of why was one report overlooked over the other, and other eventualities that happened right before the November 20th ruling of the top court. We're going to keep a keen eye, and we're going to try and do at least our bit in this. Thank you for joining us.